Every Wednesday night, you better tune in tight. At 7 p.m. CST, we bring in that insight. Halas Hall Report, best podcast in the game. Stats and facts, you'll remember the name. Host Ken Dub got the knowledge on lock. Co-host Woody the Bear fan, talking all that talk. 3 Bear fans chilling, opinions on the side. We're here for the love, riding that Bear pride. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the skies. Lions think they're fierce with Dan Campbell's call, but all that greed ain't gonna help them at all. Same old story, we know how it goes. They just can't compete, everybody knows. Minnesota Vikings always talking smack, but when it's game day, they ain't got the knack. Sitting on the couch while we're making a stand. Over here in Chi-Town, we're the best in the land. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the sky. Packer fans yell blow, pack blow, but can't see the truth. We're stealing the show. Rivalry heated, but we stay real cool. Halas Hall Report, yeah, that's the rule. With every episode, we build that hype. Stats and team news, we got the right type. Fan base strong, we ain't looking back. 2025, it's a win and attack. So gather round fans, put your hands in the air. Every Wednesday night, we're breathing that bear. Join the revolution, watch the magic unfold. Halas Hall Report, we're breaking the mold. Halas Hall, we break it down right. Join us on the journey from day to night. Blue and orange army taking over the scene. 2025's the year, know what we mean. Bear fans unite, it's our time to rise. Sunday mornings, pre-game vibes in the sky. So mark your calendars, don't miss a beat. Every Wednesday night, Halas Hall can't be beat. Stats, facts, team news on deck. Halas Hall Report, what did you expect? 2025, the Bears are here to stay. Blue and orange in the north, leading the way.
Good evening. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Halas Hall Report. Of course, this is the Halas Hall Report presents 2 guys who have no opinion. It's myself and Woody this evening. Woody, how you doing, man?
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
So, big news out of Halas Hall today with the minor transactions they did. You're going to be upset about 2 of them. You're not going to be upset probably that they waived wide receiver John Jackson, because you're probably going, who? But the kicking contest is over. After not getting a single attempt in the preseason, you got 2 PATs. But after the 57-yarder that was hit, hey, Kim, see ya. It looks like our guy went to the gym in the offseason.
Wow. Yeah, we'll get into it, but 2 guys balled out on offense and defense that we're having questions about, and
yeah,
there's no questions anymore.
So I guess we answered the one question. Obviously, the kicking battle. They did what you and I both kind of said. Hey, bring in a guy with leg, or Santos go hit the gym. Well, he hit a 57-yarder. He must have hit the gym. Let's talk about seeing the other positions. Which one you want to start with?
Let's start with Booker, man. Holy shit. I guess he was pissed off that they keep signing edge rushers that want like a veteran to teach him. I don't know.
And Woody, here's the thing. Miami ran their ones out there.
Yep.
And I said this morning, and I said it last night on a different show, that the Miami ones struggled against the Bears twos. And 2 guys in the twos in the defense in that first drive stood out. Booker, and where the hell did Sewell come from?
Yep. Sewell's probably like, you know what? Tremaine Edmonds is on his way out, probably. We got a nice kid that's showing camp from Maryland. I want to play on this team next year.
Yeah. Both those, now Deo or Dio, however you say his name, didn't play. Deo did not play. But I don't know if he should play after what we just saw. No, it's a preseason game. Normally
Right.
you'd go, but it's a preseason game. But that was against Miami's ones.
Mm-hmm.
So either Miami's really, really bad or going to be really bad this year, or Booker is just upped his game immensely.
Yeah, I picked out 3 things that I like to see get worked on as the preseason and the regular season goes on. Dude,
Okay.
special teams coverage. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Miami started at least on the Bears 40 to 45-yard line each time Bears scored or kicked off. You know what I'm saying?
You would have to figure that some of those guys who are on special teams this last week won't be here. They're just trying to get a roster spot. And the way some of them went, like Wheeler, I don't even think Wheeler was on special teams. And he probably, if he makes the team, and look at Wheeler had a good game too. Granted, he was against the 3s and the 4s at the end. So same story as last year. He shined against his peers, if you will. But you can make a case for him for special teams.
Hardy was on special teams. He had good play, but you know, this is Miami, and imagine if somebody else on a different team that's their starters that's fucking fast. They probably would have had a couple touchdowns the way they were covering on Sunday.
Yeah, we kept Hightower. He is like one of the few holdovers from Hightower's been
the only one.
Been here for what, like 3 head coaches now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hightower was here for Nagy, wasn't he?
Yep. I think he's the only one left.
Yeah, I think he's got to be.
Yep.
Coverage I agree with you. Coverage has to improve. It was nice to see Cairo hit that long one.
Wow.
That bodes well. Sewell, Booker, both.
Wow.
Yeah, I was happy with them. And did Case Keenum make the argument to support what Mike said on Sunday that the Bears may have to keep 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah. I mean, Bagent, that was a bad interception. I mean, even though it was tipped, he threw it behind him and he was covered. Keenum, he is the least sacked quarterback ever since he came into this league. And with that running, he was about to run and he threw crossbody to throw that touchdown pass. Amazing. So I would definitely keep 3.
What did you think about Luther Burden in his debut? He didn't see the field much.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's a rookie. I actually have the stats here that I'm looking at right now. He's a rookie, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. He got picked where he was, and he better play for that guaranteed money.
Right. I mean, he was only in maybe 2 series at best. Had 2 receptions, right? If I remember correctly, 2 receptions.
They 30 yards or something.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I mean, and Colston got like maybe 1 series in. I know he had at least 1 reception. And it looked like it was a nice catch. No, they threw to him twice. The other one was a miss.
2 targets, 1 reception, 8 yards.
Yeah, so I mean, they got him involved, get the jitters out. I like that. Right or left tackle is interesting because Ozzie played, but he didn't start. He was a second half guy. I think that the shock to everyone should be who started at left tackle this last Sunday.
Jones,
the Canadian Eagle. He started. So right now, last year's starter is this year's starter because he did not start. And they went with the Canadian Eagle to start. And then Ozzie was the 3rd left tackle we used, I believe. So that was interesting.
I didn't even know this. And I watched the whole game twice. I didn't even know Kim was kicking extra points.
I know.
What the fuck? I thought we were like, oh, it's Santos out there. I didn't even take notice.
Yeah, and if Santos hit that long one, and that's all they needed to see, it's like, okay, you can knock it from 57 outside. Okay.
Right. And I'm happy about offense, but Dunrave, they had him on being wide receiver. I think he's going to be a good backup if somebody gets dinked up, but I think he's going to be a hell of a returner. Like I said, I think both sides of the special teams, covering and receiving, they got to work on that.
Menangai played well. I thought he did pretty well. In a weird way, I want him to fumble the ball in preseason, so his first fumble in God knows how many years doesn't happen during the regular season.
Yeah, he had right at 5 yards per carry, 6 for 30. I am surprised that they didn't play at least Roshan one series. I was surprised. I think Hankins, he played a lot.
Because they're trying to figure out who the 3 and the 4 running backs are going to be. So I guess we can say, look, it's Swift and Roshan, they're safe for this roster based on this last Sunday. I don't know if the Bears are going to be taking 3 running backs or 4 running backs, but most likely I would think 4. And they were just trying to get max views on the log jam because Wheeler looked good. He made a good case for himself. Menangi made a good case for himself.
Homer did shit.
Homer,
I don't know if he'll keep him on extra special teams or just cut him.
I think if Wheeler is healthy, you can almost put. I wouldn't. You know what? I want to see Wheeler return kicks this weekend because if he can do that, then he's the guy. Then Homer's gone.
Yep.
Defensively, we cut. Well, we waived but put on injured Major Burns.
Yep. He got burned.
Got
kicked out. Yep.
That was a guy I know you had high hopes for, and Broski did. But he's on the injured list, so the Bears can retain his rights. So they haven't completely parted ways because they could have done the injury settlement. They did not do that. He's still on contract. So just IR, the waive IR, waive injured. So it's different. All these different designations they have is ridiculous.
Right.
And then they signed a couple 2 corners and 2 safeties they brought into camp.
Yep.
And they put Sean Wade on the IR. So kind of interesting with how that works.
I like this Wright kid they played a lot on Sunday. It was either if Jalen Johnson's not healthy enough for week 1, it's going to be him or Terrell Smith. You know how I feel about Terrell Smith. I like him a lot, but Wright played good on Sunday. So
we play Friday night on local Fox. So it'll be on Fox 32 Chicago and whatever the Buffalo Fox station is. They'll have the game. So we'll be watching because, we're smart enough to have IPTV. If you want to watch the game, contact Woody. We'll get you hooked up on IPTV. Mm-hmm. Very cheap alternative to cable and DirecTV or whatnot.
And it's legal.
And so we'll be watching Friday night. Joint practice this week with them. And
get down.
When Angel is you gotta love puppies. For those Angel wants to get her screen time, brother. That's all what it is.
Yeah, I
know. The starters will be playing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Per Ben Johnson, that's good news. I'm happy to hear that. Because I want to see the old line start to gel. Because we heard last week the news that they were having pre-snap issues.
Yep.
I'd like to see that cleaned up for this week.
Yep. Remember, there's only 3 preseason games. We're 1 down. So these next 2, the starters are going to start. They better ball out and get these kinks out.
So who was your surprise for the Bears this weekend?
Oh, well, obviously Booker surprised the shit out of me. Sewell, and Santos' 57-yard field goal. Now, hopefully, he can do that in the regular season when it counts. And I want him to, the coaches say, you know what? This is a 55-yarder to win the game. We can put you out there and not throw a fucking Hail Mary.
I loved to see the goal line stance against Tua and the majority of the ones, to include Achane, their number one running back. So they didn't have Tyreek. The only ones they didn't have out there were like Tyreek Hill and Waddle, right? Yep. But in every other position group, they had their ones out there. And I love to see that goal line stance and Ben Johnson after that goal line stance.
Wow. Bears always been, I think they were number one last year in the 20 within the 20-yard red zone. Man, they had 4 downs to score that one touchdown. So they were doing good at the goal line.
And the 2s against basically the 1s, and Ben Johnson's reaction was like, he was just, you would have thought it was to win the division. He was so pumped, and I like to see that. He was into it. They were all into it. No complaints about the coaching staff, except coverage. The special teams coverage team has got to get better.
Yep. So I said I had a couple things. The run defense. We got to, dude. Our run defense. We need to buckle down on that too. We struggled last year. They only had 101 yards rushing last week against them, but it seemed like more. So our rush defense has got to buckle down.
The 2s didn't do bad on it, but the 3s and 4s were really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like why we brought like Grady Jarrett in. I think the 1s will be a lot better on the run. I liked seeing some of the guys that we saw with the 2s that last year would have been with the 1s. That was nice to see. Right. So that was, the run defense, I'm looking for that one. You're right. Well, I'm looking for that, Woody. And I'm looking for better play out of the linebacking core in general.
Right. I surprised the shit like Sewell. Like, looks like he just got drafted. Maybe his brother kicked him in the ass and said, "Hey, you play defense, I play offense. I'm one of the best offensive linemen in the league. Try to be one of the best linebackers in the league." And he played like it.
Well, hasn't he been injured the last 2 years?
Not fully. He was just struggling.
Yeah.
Big time. And my third thing that I want to see get worked on is our 2-minute offense. That last, because we tied 24-24. Obviously, there's no ties in the regular season. I think the last series of the game, we were down pretty far. Then here come the penalties, and then stupid plays and stuff like that, and then we ended in a tie.
Yeah.
So that's 3 things I said it's got to get worked on.
I hope with the start. I hope that with the 1s that 2-minute drill is a lot cleaner, a lot better. One thing that I was happy to see, not for the Bears, but for the Dolphins, AJ Henning had a very nice game for them. He had that one drive in the 4th. He took the kick return. Then he had a nice 18-yard reception, and he was literally their entire offense for that drive between the return and his reception. He played well. I hope he makes that team, and if he doesn't, I hope he gets signed down somewhere because he looked pretty good against the Bears on Sunday. And it was super exciting for him because he is a Chicago kid. He's from the Libertyville area originally. So I thought that was great that AJ Henning not only that he got in the game at home in Chicago, but had a nice reception, had a nice return. The guys on the Chicago call gave him a lot of love because, hey, he played at Northwestern. So that was a nice thing to see happen as well in the game. Bear-centric, though, I mean, there's some areas I want to see that O-line, and I want to see it not committing pre-snap penalties.
Yep. Listen, every team does it, but excessively, that's an issue.
And it's going to be interesting too with Caleb. And we haven't talked about this with Caleb.
Off the plug.
Last year was a lot of gun. This year it looks like it's going to be a lot of under center.
Yeah, we're hoping. I think when he got killed last year, they used a lot more shotgun, but we'll see. It determines these next 2 weeks what the majority of the plays were going to be. So hopefully he's under center and he gets a little bit more time to throw.
Yeah, I would definitely like more under center than gun because that opens up the run game. It opens up play action. Yep. It opens up the playbook for him, gives him more possibilities. It can disguise more things. I'm gonna be interested to see. I mean, look, we're not gonna see much. We're not gonna really see, how much they're gonna use, let's say, Cole Kmet. But I want to see my key for the Bills game is going to be the offense, the ones on offense, the line in particular. Are they not committing bad pre-snap penalties, and are they protecting? And if we at least get that part, then I know the receptions and the nice runs will come later. I'm not as concerned about, a 20-yard rope to DJ or Rome. I'm more like, I want to see how that line plays more than anything. Because I know the other things will happen eventually.
But you don't see how big people are until you see them without their pads on.
Yeah.
How big is Montez Sweat?
It's a pretty big dude.
Holy shit. Like Wheeler went up to him, talked to him. Holy shit. He was a Sears Tower over him.
Yeah.
But he looked happy. He looked fired up on the sidelines as well. They show Kmet a couple times as well. And hopefully they're ready to play this week.
Yeah, we need to keep them healthy. And that's the thing. Mine's Jalen.
Is our comment section working? I'm not getting no fucking comments here.
I don't know. I'm not seeing any either.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's weird for us to not have any in here.
Yeah. Especially with me here.
Yeah, exactly. No. I mean, usually like Motown Mitch is giving us some kind of crap.
Yeah.
But or Dorn's gonna come on and tell us how Caleb sucks. But yeah, I mean, I want to see that line. That's the most important piece of the preseason for me is that O-line. Yep. Caleb connecting with wide receivers and tight ends. I know that's going to happen. I'm not worried about that. We know that he's capable and that they're capable. It's all about the offensive line, and defensively, it's about the front four. It's the trenches on both sides. That's what I'm looking for. Yep. And then if Jalen right now looks like our only injury right now, and I don't like the verbiage they're using with him because at first he'll be back by week 1. Now it's like, well, there's a scenario or there's a pathway where he's back by week 1.
Right.
What did he do? Did he pull a hammy? Did he have a partial tear of an ACL or MCL in off-season workouts when he was maybe with his trainer?
Jeez, Angel.
Angel, how you doing? Good puppy.
I know. Okay. All right.
He's a good puppy.
Yeah.
But I'm concerned about the Jalen Johnson injury.
Do you think it's an injury?
Yeah. I mean, I think that, look at the clickbait about, how he wants more money is just that, because he just signed a massive deal last year. And if it was the money, we would have heard a lot more than one or two little clickbait articles about it. Basically it was after Sauce signed his contract one guy wrote an article how Jalen wasn't happy. I've only seen the one article that said Jalen wasn't happy with his contract after Sauce signed his. Nothing else has been said about it by any other beat reporter that I've seen. They definitely didn't talk about it in the game on Sunday when they talked about him. I think it's an injury, and he probably it's like now these guys work with trainers. See, even Angel knows they work with their trainers in the off season and do some pretty intense. I think he pulled a hammy or or had a partial tear of a ligament or something.
See, I heard about the contract with because Saucer signed. I heard about the contract before anything I heard about his injury. That's why I thought it was a contract situation.
Because the contract happened before camp. That's why. It wasn't an OTA story.
Right.
So, and when we got to camp, they had to put him on the PUP. Right?
Hey.
They had to put him on that list, so they didn't have to put him on for OTAs. They could just say, "Oh, he was excused for whatever." No one cared. They didn't have to say it. So, yeah,
isn't the PUP list a non-injury?
He's on the non-football injury list. So there's different rules with it right now before the season starts. So he can come off it at any time and practice and play.
Angel.
When the season starts, after they break camp, they have to make a decision with him. He's either on the non-football injury list, which then means he has to miss 4 weeks, or they have to put him on the IR, which then carries the timetables for him to return on that.
What, 6-8 weeks?
Something like that, yeah. So right now they can afford to keep on the MFI because on the non-football related injury list because it doesn't hurt them. It's just not. But he can still get paid. They don't have to report certain other things. So it benefits them. But I'm concerned about that with him. And if he doesn't play, I think that we're still going to be good, just not as good.
Right. So I'm excited. Like I said, Wright played good. Terrell Smith I always liked, but Jalen Johnson.
Owens played good. Made some nice plays.
I seen Kyler Gordon on the sidelines. He looked pretty fired up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Brisker was on the sidelines looking like he was ready to go.
Yep. So I just hope they ball out. I mean, I know it's the second preseason game. Don't want to go out and kill yourself or get injured, but this is the time to shine, especially if you're trying to make the team. But I want to see these players that like Brisker that ended their year early last year for something that 12 games for a concussion. So I want to see how that works out.
I want to see that as well. I want to hear some encouraging news about JJ. Besides there's a path or a scenario where he could play in week 1. If he's not going to play in week 1, just let me know now, please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get the cloak and dagger they play because they don't want the Vikings to know. But yeah, I'm watching Brisker this weekend for sure, and I'm watching that offensive line. And then the Bears have been very sneaky, quiet, good with their other decision they've had to make. And we touched on it Sunday, and you could hear in the background that Mike was going, "Is this real? Is this real?" And Bill was saying, "Yeah, it's real. It is going to be Arlington Heights."
Shut up. Yeah, I know.
And there was an article today that was released about how the Bears are lobbying the state for Illinois to contribute some money to the stadium complex they want to build in Arlington Heights. So, and actually when they had McCaskey on the game, they talked about it a little bit too, and he reaffirmed the Arlington Heights thing.
Yep.
So it is going to be Arlington Heights. I'm actually happier that it's in Arlington Heights than downtown.
Well, I'm glad that this year isn't downtown.
Well, yeah, it works. Yeah, but I mean, for the future though,
Right.
I'm happy they went with the Arlington project versus trying to do it downtown. I think for the long-term success of the team or financial stability of the team, which by the way is now valued at $8.8 billion because they had to do the valuation for the 2% that you and I couldn't share. And we talked about that on Sunday. I think it's better for the long-term success. They're no longer going to be beholden to the Chicago Park District or the Chicago City Council to get stuff done. And I really hope they look at like what Real Madrid did in Spain, right? Or I mean, not Real Madrid, Barcelona did. I'm sorry, what Barca did when they built that stadium. I don't know if you watched that special on Hulu. From that, it's on Nat Geo on Disney Plus. So Barcelona, when they built their new soccer stadium, they built it over 5 years while the team was playing their matches in the stadium. And when they finally did the pitch, the whole field is grown underground at the stadium. So imagine like, okay, here's the field, and it breaks off in like 5 sections, and it breaks and goes down. The next one slides, goes down. The next one slides and goes down, so they're stacked like 5 high. And they can water it, cut it, paint it, do everything they need to do to it underground. So if you're going to have a monster truck rally, you just take the field, put it underground in a nice containment area, take care of it, let the monster trucks or the concert do whatever they're going to do. Oh, we have a football game tomorrow. Bring the field up, slide it into place, and you're ready to go. And then they created a hole underneath the stadium. They have a road network that connects the whole underground of the stadium where they can move stuff all over the stadium underground. Super easy. So you don't get the guy in the concourse with the big tub, of crap trying to go. It's all done underneath the stadium.
I wish they would do that with hockey and basketball.
But I mean, if the Bears were to build a stadium like that so it could be indoors because it's going to be a dome, but it could be natural grass. I think that would be the best. That would be awesome. It would be even better if they would make a retractable roof over the playing surface, over the playing field. There we go. Oh, that's you. It would be nice to see some, see like they also did where it's a dome, but it retracts over the playing surface and only over the playing surface. So you've just got a rectangle for the soccer field. That's where the dome opens. So the fans are always under the roof. I think that's pretty cool too. So yeah, go check it out. It's like one of the building modern marvels or building superstructure, some weird show, but it's about the soccer stadium in Barcelona. And if the Bears could do something like they did, oh my God.
Yeah, during the game they had an interview with George McCaskey, and he said Kevin Warren's doing a great job with doing the stadium.
Well, I guess we'll see if we get to break ground before the season ends, hopefully.
Yep.
Because the current lease is only until 2030. I hate to have this get dragged out to a point where we have to sign some kind of extension with the city to have a place to play for a year or two. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah.
And it's not like these things take a year to build. It seems they take 2 or 3 years to build. I mean, Buffalo started their new stadium over a year ago, and they're still – it's a 2-year build for their stadium. So if they start building in 26, 28, or 29 will be the first season. You remember we thought that we'd be playing in a new – remember they bought the land? We thought this would be the opening season at the new stadium.
Wow, they knew I was coming out, so they wanted to hold off.
Oh, okay. The Woody effect.
Yeah, but they're showing Buffalo Stadium right now. How they're redoing it. Holy shit! Looks like a lot bigger than the stadium they got now.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
And it's open air, but it's open air done differently. It's open air, but like when you're on the field, I was watching the thing on Hard Knocks when they were talking about with and they were like, it could be whipping 30, 40 miles an hour wind, 30, 40 mile an hour wind outside the stadium. And on the field in the stadium, you can't even tell.
See, it's like Buffalo, Green Bay. they're used to playing in the cold weather. That's why I was shocked to see that Chicago is building a dome.
And Cleveland.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be something to get used to. I tell you that, but the revenue, what else they could bring in there, hosting a Super Bowl and all that shit.
I just hope it's an all grass. It's a natural grass field. I don't want that turf.
It's underneath. It's underneath, so they'll fix it underneath and they'll bring it up when there's a football game and stuff.
Yeah, if you know what though, I mean, we kind of joke about it, but dude, like when you watch this special, if you can't find it, just ding me. I'll find it again on my TV and send you, because I watched it on Disney Plus. I know you don't have that one, so you can find it on IPTV. But dude, it's like there's no excuse after you watch that. Like there's no excuse that we can't have natural grass in a dome stadium in this country. If they can do it in Barcelona for a soccer team, we can do it for an NFL team here.
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, something to get used to, because when it was windy and cold and the other team's going to win the game with a field goal, and it would be wide left, wide right because of the wind, it's cold. Just like these indoor teams that don't usually play outside, but now when they go into a dome, it's going to be a lot easier. It's something to get used to.
It's definitely something to get used to. I know they're talking about there's going to be open air on an end that they can open, and there'll be some stuff like that. But the new stadium is going to be, it's going to be weird. It is going to be weird. That first year, especially, it's going to seem different, seem weird. If now that we're a dome team, because our whole lives we've been an outdoor football team, and now we're going to be a dome team. Like that almost doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It would be very nice. I can't find it that way. Okay, I'm looking for this show for you really quick so I can.
So I'm just watching NFL Network, and they said Lionel Taylor died today at 89. He did play for the Bears, Broncos. So hearts out to his family, friends.
For sure. Always sad, but how old was he? 89?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a great run.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. It's called here's the show. Okay, it's from National Geographic, Megastructures, Real Madrid Super Stadium. It was Real Madrid. It's about a 45-minute long documentary, Real Madrid Super Stadium, Megastructures. Dude, when you watch this, the amazing part of it is not even just what it looks like now, but they did it while the team was actively using the stadium. They rebuilt this entire stadium while they were actively using the stadium for games. Just mind-blowing. But if you look at how they did the natural grass surface, there's no reason why an NFL franchise can't do this with these new stadiums that we're building and play on natural grass versus this crappy turf, which I don't know why they do it, because it's been known forever that more injuries happen because of the turf than we get on natural grass. So why do we keep going to the turf? Play on natural grass.
Yeah, there's no such thing as national grass toe. There's turf toe, though.
Yeah.
So I apologize, people tuning in off of Facebook, like YouTube, X. We're not getting any comments. We're only getting comments on Facebook. So if you want to switch over, if not, then I do apologize for that.
Are they not coming through X? Do a check.
I don't know. We should have got comments by now besides mine on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true. Oops, that's not how you do it.
So Buffalo did end up extending James Cook today.
Interesting.
Yep. He wanted to be one of the highest paid running backs. I'm like, dude, really? But you're like your brother?
You know, this is interesting that I'm not seeing. Let me go to X here really quick. Can StreamYard be having issues today?
I don't know. Like I said, Facebook, we're getting comments because I just texted something. I don't know. Like I said, Facebook, we're getting comments because I just texted something.
There we go. We'll see if it comes through. Nope, the X comment did not come through.
Well, is there any comments on YouTube that people are posting that we can see, but not through the show?
Nope, the X comment did not come through. I don't know because I'm not on.
Let me see here. Little sports.
That is really weird. Yeah, I can see the X sometimes is like that, but the comment's not coming through off of X. Now that I've got X open.
No, just my comment went through.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I wish the comments would work through, but you can always DM me on X if you have a question too, or a comment that you want us to get to. We can try that as well. Yeah, StreamYard might be having a moment. It could be having a moment. You never know. So Friday night's game, how to watch. Well, contact Woody. That's what I'm going to tell you. The easiest way to do, contact Woody on Facebook. He will put you in touch with our guy Davion,
Yep.
and we will get you hooked up on IPTV. This is my third season now using it, thanks to Woody.
Third already.
Yeah, I know, wow. Right? It goes fast, dude. We've been doing this that long together.
Wow, jeez.
Like, it's been what, 6 years we've been doing this together, 5-6 years, and this is my third season now on the IPTV.
This is actually my lucky number 7 doing this podcast for Mike and Halas Hall. But damn, 3 years already for the IPTV. Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm going on my 8th year. As I've seen Trubisky throw a touchdown pass. Yeah. So quick is that our IPTV service that I go through at 8 years. For example, I have 4 TVs. I split it between me and my mom's place. You can split it up. So I pay 4 devices, 4 separate Fire Sticks, $50 a month. So if you have 2 TVs in your house with Fire Sticks on it, even though you don't watch both of them at the same time, I would get 2, and that would be $30 a month. So can't beat it.
I have 3. I utilize 2 in my house, one in the master bedroom, one in the man cave, in case my wife wants to use it. I use it in the man cave. And then my third line, my buddy who runs the Plex that I'm on in Orlando, he uses my third line on his iPad. And I pay $40 a month for 3 lines.
And you can put it on your phone too.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can watch it on my iPhone. I can watch it on my iPad. I have it on both of them. So obviously when I'm traveling, I'm not using it at home, but I can use it. And here's the thing. I have a Fire Stick. When I travel, I have a Fire Stick I take on the road. All my TVs are Fire TVs. I have a Fire Stick that I have the Huddle Sports app, of course, on there. Mm-hmm. I have 3 things on that now, app-wise. The Huddle Sports app, Plex, and our IPTV carrier. Mm-hmm. Because no matter where I am in the world, I can watch all 3 of those apps.
Yep.
I could be in Cozumel, in Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Munich. I could be in Greece. I could be or anywhere in the continental U.S. as long as I have an internet connection and something I can plug a Fire Stick into on a TV. Right, I can watch it. If I am just have my laptop available, I can watch it on my laptop. As long as I have internet, and I don't even have to have internet. As long as I got 5G,
yep,
I can watch it on my cell phone. So I never miss a Bears game.
So you get 10,000 channels, 15,000 movies and 15,000 series. I don't need Hulu. I don't need Netflix. Nothing.
Yeah.
I watch everything on this series or this IPTV. No problem at all.
The only reason I still have apps, I mean, Plex obviously is so IPTV is like a Plex on steroids, right? I use the Plex because it's more tailored and it's easier for me because my shows are right there. Whereas the IPTV, they are too. Don't get me wrong, but I just prefer Plex for certain things. But like, you don't need Apple or Paramount or Hulu. I get those because I get Hulu for free. I get Paramount for free. The only thing there are only two that I pay for. I pay for Apple because I just like Apple TV and it's a good product. And I pay for Disney Plus because my in-laws, they're not married. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, both are on my Disney account, and my daughter with the grandbaby at their house use it. So the only reason I keep Disney. The only one I would keep is Apple because Apple's just really good and I don't get commercials anyways. But you can do everything off the IPTV.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan, and I watch games. Sometimes they're on Apple Prime. I get them by people who are struggling for regular cable. I get Prime and everything on this IPTV. You get all the pay-per-views, Red Zone channel, everything.
In fact, if you like baseball, no matter what team you are, you'll be able to watch it. If you like hockey, no matter what team you like, you'll be able to get those games. Yep. I'm a Bundesliga guy. I like Bayern Munich. Guess what? I can watch every single match game for Bayern Munich. If you're a Serie A, La Liga, Premiership, yep. You know what? If you want to watch cricket, yes, cricket is on there too, believe it or not.
Different countries, yep.
I was like, I couldn't believe cricket was on there.
And you can cancel anytime, month by month. If you don't like it, you can cancel. And there's no contracts or anything. No refunds though, but you can cancel month by month.
And customer support, super easy, super responsive. So yeah, that's how Woody and I will be watching the game this Friday.
Yep.
So if you need more information, contact Woody on his Facebook. If you're not on Woody's Facebook, you're on my X, contact me on X and I'll get you in contact with Woody. And we'll get you hooked up like that. Also for the season, Mike the Bear Fan, our producer, on his subscription side of his page, will have the games available as well.
And he also has IPTV.
He also, because that's what he used to put it. Yeah.
But again, looking forward to Friday's game against Buffalo. The goal is everybody stay healthy. These are the starters, and no injuries, because we only have 1 week to clean that up if there's any injuries. So
I want no injuries. I want a healthy team. There we go. The X ones just came through now. 8 minutes. Took 8 minutes for the X comments to come through. See?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't see it on our end.
There's a delay, or there's something going on with StreamYard today.
So we're gonna be switching back over to the other.
I hope not. Let's not go there, man. No.
Come on, I missed the coffee commercials.
You mean?
Oh boy, don't do it.
You mean that commercial? Yeah. Which reminds me, I need to. Which meme was this I had here? Oh, yeah, that one doesn't go good anymore. I can delete that one. I need to order another bag of Bear 6 Actually, I'm getting at the bottom of my current bag, so I need to hurry up and order one before I run out.
So I guess last week nobody guessed a 24-24 tie.
No one did.
So I believe Mike will be giving that Khalil Mack pitcher out if anybody gets the score right on Friday. But
Yep, so
we can't see the comments anyway.
Yeah, so go to Mike the Bear fan. Well, no, you have to go to the Mike the Bear fan page on Facebook on the post for the game and put your score prediction. So we need to remind Mike to put that post up there so folks can comment. Just remember, though, of course, that there you go. Caleb watches Halas Hall Report. Hopefully we get it. Yeah, I mean, the 24-24. No one saw. You know what though, Woody, with the preseason games though, like what was that Packers score, like 40-10 or something like that?
Right.
I mean, some of these preseason scores are ridiculous, but 24-24, yeah.
Is there any word? Oh wow.
I told you.
Is that tacos?
Oh yeah, it's It's Taco Wednesday here.
Taco Wednesday. Does Jordan Love get hurt?
He had surgery on his non-throwing hand today.
Okay.
This morning is what they said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hope him recovery, even though he's a Green Bay. I don't wish an injury on anybody.
Yeah.
Except for Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Josh Allen will probably be playing. James Cook will probably be playing. Maybe. I don't know. Buffalo has always been a tough team.
They're going to win 13, 14 games this year, Buffalo is, between their division not being the strongest division in the AFC and their strength of schedule, which I'm not a big fan of that argument, but they're a 13, 14 game winner. So if the ones can comport themselves well against their ones, it's a preseason, so don't take too much into it, but it might be a good sign that we're going down the right track.
Oh, so you don't like that? Even though Bears have the third hardest schedule again this season?
I mean, you got the AFC East and the NFC. The NFC East and the AFC North.
God. Yep.
Jeez.
Plus our division.
Though, if this offense puts up points with those teams, because AFC North, all four teams have phenomenal defenses. Well, I'm sorry. 3 of the teams have a phenomenal defense. 1 has no defense, but a phenomenal offense, right? Being Cincinnati. Yeah. And if you look at the NFC East, don't know what the hell the Cowboys are. They could be great or they could suck. Right. But we know Philly's good. Hell, they just won the Super Bowl. Washington is a pretty good team. And the Giants, they may not be that good, but they've got a really good defensive front.
Yep.
So not an easy schedule for us this year. So if we can do well, if our ones can play well against their ones this week, yeah, it's a preseason. Yeah, it's vanilla offenses and defenses. But if they're not doing stupid pre-snap penalties and they're able to play well, that's a sign that we're going in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, and we know, you mentioned Cincinnati, we know their offense can put up points with Chase and Higgins. Hendrickson is a hold in, still no contract yet. So I'm looking he'll probably sign. They're probably going to give him, a contract.
From what I've been seeing with his contract, the dollar amount is fine. It's the guaranteed piece that's the holdup, as it normally is. Unlike Micah Parsons, where they're not even talking. Dallas and Micah Parsons, I don't think have talked in over a week.
Well, you don't read into that unless he deletes all their social media with the Cowboys.
Yeah, sure.
Let me tell you something. Jerry Jones would be fucking nuts not signing Micah Parsons.
Trey Hendrickson, though, it's about the guarantee. Scary Terry, I haven't heard much on his contract woes up with Washington. He's holding in. So 3 big names still out there that have hold-ins or what, Cook signed his contract, which is good for him in Buffalo. think Trey Hendrickson, they'll get that one done. Scary Terry is an interesting one, and the Micah Parsons drama.
Yeah.
Can we just put that on TV? I mean, that's reality TV for you right there.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't last night. Yeah, last night was Hard Knocks night, wasn't it? So I'll have to watch the Buffalo Hard Knocks tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they're actually, I'm watching them in the Giants right now. But yeah, they're showing a picture of the stadium. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a nice looking stadium.
Yeah.
It's a real nice looking stadium. So hopefully the Bears can get something done in Arlington Heights. Hopefully the state puts in money, but Governor Pritzker sees no value in supporting the sports teams in Chicago with a stadium. He doesn't believe the state should put any money there when they've got so many citizens to spend money on that aren't actually citizens, but he calls them citizens, even though they're not. So try not to get political with it, but that's what Pritzker wants to do with the money. He doesn't want to put money on a sports franchise. We said we got all these people we need to house and feed. Okay, I get it. So it's a political issue there a little bit. Maybe Tom Holman and company will make it easier by making him have less citizens that he has to house and feed. I don't know. But the Bears, the state, if they don't pony up something, then it's going to be interesting. I don't think the Bears are going to threaten to leave Illinois, but at the same time, man, you got to do something if you're the state of Illinois, man, whether it be tax breaks or something.
So what do you think? They're going to turn Soldier Field into a museum?
Well, I mean, the facade of it's a national landmark. So, no, I think the city of Chicago will keep it as Soldier Field. Right now, the Chicago Fire play there until their new stadium gets built. I think they'll use it for other things. I mean, they'll still use it for sporting events and maybe soccer games. They'll try to compete with the new field to get we're not going to get any World Cup games in Chicago this time, but they're going to try to compete with it to get Copa America games, U.S. national team games. They'll try to compete with it to get NCAA games for football and stuff like that. I think they'll try to compete. If they were smart, they would just tell Northwestern to move in.
No. How far is Northwestern from that stadium?
Not far, but far enough where it wouldn't be convenient for students to walk to it, so that probably won't happen. No, seriously, they'd have to take public transport. I mean, Northwestern is basically in Evanston, so it's not far, but it's far enough where the students would be able to walk to the game. They have to take the L. They have to take trains, buses, cabs, whatever. And so this university won't want to do that. But yeah, the city of Chicago will try to do something with the stadium, I'm sure.
Right.
So we're going to watch that story unfold this year. We will be back on Sunday to have our reaction to Friday night's game.
Yep.
We will be on Ken and Ken in the morning tomorrow, being Thursday, and Friday at 10 a.m. As normal. Red Zone Rant before our show Sunday. Open mic. I don't know if they're going to have it Saturday because the Packers game is at the same time.
So what? We can't have a Red Zone Rant?
Open mic. It's all Packer guys who host it. So.
Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah. Don't forget, coming up next or a few minutes after this show, Smoking Jeremy B's roundtable discussion will be happening. That will be a fun show. What do you got? Anything to close us out tonight?
Go Bears. Bear down. No injuries for Friday. Everybody stay healthy. I'm going to see Caleb throw at least 1.5 quarters, maybe till halftime. Let's get this line gelling up for the regular season starts in a couple weeks. And hopefully Booker has another 4 sacks.
Yeah. Let's go. Everyone enjoy the game Friday. Bear down. Thanks for being with us tonight. See you guys soon. Bear down.